Hey there, I have a message from Arya, so I'm gonna just jump in and bring him through. Okay, here we go. We are Arya. We're so happy to connect with you once again, for we are your galactic families. You can refer to us as galactic angels if that makes you feel more comfortable, for we know that some of you are still in the process of remembering your galactic heritage, and we have so much compassion for you. So the name that you want to give us for doesn't matter. What matters is that you receive these codes of light, for it is part of your desire at a soul level. And when you're open to receiving, not are only receiving for yourself, you're creating doors for others to walk through at a soul level. In other words, when you are open to receiving the information presented to you through this channel and this frequency, you're activating yourself to for once remember your soul's purpose, and also become available and open to receiving the guidance. For when you choose a self purpose for every timeline, is not just given the title or an idea of what it may be, you're also are guaranteed guidance. You're never alone, but you're never ever alone. Okay. So if you're been feeling this call to remember what your soul purpose, start by remembering what have you been doing in other timelines? What have you been doing in other lives? In other words, you have been practicing their one for this moment, and everything that you need in order to fulfill this purpose, which you already are by being. Is not something that you're going to accomplish. It's not a goal. It's not a destination. It is something that you can only be doing by being. And it happens so that you can think of as levels. Not that one level is better than the other. It's just different sections. In every section, there is a vibration that you can embody, and some of you may be working with self worth or self confidence, or loving yourself. That can be the first section of your embodying and fulfilling your soul purpose, right? So once you go through that, you're going to have experiences in life that are going to lead you to remember those things. Once you remember those things and embody self worth, self confidence, or loving yourself, or having compassion for yourself, you then move to another level or another section of what it may look like your soul purpose. And then you fulfill that, you embody that, and so on. You continue and going on different levels, different sections. And why are we sharing this? Is because we hear how often you ask, but what is my self purpose? What am I here to do? What does that look like? And you want to make it a goal, and you want to make it a destination and something like an achievement. And it's not that, for that does not work in New Earth. This is not about thinking into the future form and what the future may look like. Is about who you are being in this moment, and what situations and people and experiences you're magnetizing into your reality in this moment. For it is in those moments, in the people and the experiences, where you'll find the clues and the clarity to better understand what lights you up. What lights you up equals your purpose for this life. Because when you're lit up, when you feel that energy rushing through you and you just want to share with the world, pay attention to it, because that's exactly what you're meant to be embodying and sharing with others. That's how we see new earth happening moving forward. It is truly sharing from that space of joy. And another thing that is important to mention is the fact that when you start paying attention to your other life, and you can access it through your human Akash, which is in your crystalline DNA, which is part of your toroidal field. And I know we're speaking with big words to you, but it is important that you start recognizing some of these terms, for they will be coming up and more available to you as you expand, and as the consciousness of the planet expands. You're going to continue to hear these terms. That's why we're bringing them forth right now. So when you are accessing that information, you can do that through your intention, through meditation, or even astral traveling, because you can access that grid of information that you call the human akash. You start seeing the patterns in your different timelines to then recognize what has been or what it is. So everything is happening in this moment, but just to keep it in linear form, what has been your experiences, and you're gonna think of those experiences as tools that you've been gathering lifetime after lifetime to then use in this lifetime. Everything that you need is already within you, and when you start remembering those things, you bring awareness and energy and focus on those abilities, like clairvoyance or telekinesis or different things, or working with crystals or healing modalities. All of that is then brought to your consciousness of this reality in this moment, but just becoming aware. Again, it's not about you having to learn, for it is already within you. If you've had the desire to communicate with us, or to bring forth messages, or become an ambassador for the Galactic Federation of Light, those desires are your keys to know that it's already available to you. You don't have to go in searching for it. It's not about searching. Again, the theme right now is receiving and remembering, receiving and remembering, receiving and remembering, and it's available to you. Now, the second thing we're bringing this forth is because we know the importance of you of remembering truly what your calling is, because you want to step up. You are done hiding. You are done not speaking your truth. You really want to share with the world what's important to you. And it can be as easily as sharing with your partner or your friends or family, or and even in some cases the people closest to you may not understand. Don't be discouraged, one. They're part of this learning experience. We told you, pay attention to what's coming up specifically with the people closest to you, specifically with the experiences that you're creating in this moment. There's clues and clarity within that space, and if you're listening to us, you're a way shower, meaning you're creating the path, and it may be challenging at times, and you may feel alone, and you may feel misunderstood, but there's no time for you to dwell and those experiences and those emotions. We're asking you to process them, to process those emotions with gratitude, and use that to fill up your tank of self-confidence and self-worth, and knowing that you chose this. And if you chose this, there's always guidance, and there's always abundance, and there's always light with every word coming out of you, with every movement coming out of you, with every breath coming out of you. There's always light, and there's always support. We are Aria, and we've been delighted to connect with you. We see you and we love you. And I see you and I love you too.